Every couple of nights, our kitchen turns into a two-pot war zone. My vegetarian wife's veggie curry on one burner and my chicken curry on the other. Dinner suddenly takes double the time, double the dishes, and let's be honest, double the whining from me. Honey, I plead, if you just eat meat, it would be half the cook time and one less dish to wash. And she fires back. If you dished meat, the planet and my conscience would thank you. Now I'm not just sauteing chicken. I'm defending humanity's entire evolutionary legacy over a frying pan. 5 minutes later, I am down a rabbit hole, Googling fossils to win an argument that started because I didn't want to scrub an extra pot. The internet is no help. One scroll says Sattvic diet cures everything. The next swears a carnivore diet resurrects people. Plus six-pack abs. That's the gut level epiphany hits. Pun intended. If my kitchen can't answer, should we eat meat? Maybe real science can. Hi, I'm Bimal Maharjan, founder of Gutsphere, the app that logs every bite, burp, and bathroom sprint so that you can settle debates like this once and for all. Welcome to episode 1 of my Meat and Gut Health Masterclass. 10 quick lessons designed to help you test, track, and trust what actually works for your digestion. In episode 1, we will rewind a few million years, dig up fossils, scan microbiomes, and yes, revisit my goat curry disasters to answer the question every dinner table seems to fight about. Does meat heal us or hurt us? Stick around and in next 7 minutes, you'll exactly know how meat fits or doesn't into your gut health plan. A quick confession before we geek out. When chronic constipation and hemorrhoids had me dreading the bathrooms, I noticed a pattern. A red meat dinner practically guaranteed the pain next morning. Chicken, no big deal. Lentils, sometimes gassy, but nothing like the goat curry misery. I started logging everything, symptoms, portions, even mood, inside the Gutsphere app. Well, I built the tool I needed. But the scientist in me couldn't leave it there. If meat was that bad for my gut, how did it ever become a staple food for early humans? So I went hunting through anthropology papers, microbiome studies, and yes, a few dusty fossils. What I found might surprise both the carnivores and the tofu lovers. Picture Africa roughly 2.5 million years ago. Early Homo species stumbled across an antelope carcass left by a saber-toothed cat. They started cracking bones open for a marrow, that buttery, fat-rich stuff primates can't get from leaves. Archaeologists have the cut-marked bones to prove it, dated to about 2.6 million years ago. Now, here is the wild part. Around the same era, our ancestors' gut actually shrank while the brains exploded in size. That's the expensive tissue hypothesis in a nutshell. Big brains demand a ton of energy. Meat, packed with calories and amino acids, help pay that metabolic bill. So, intestinal tract didn't need to be a giant fermentation tank like a gorilla's. Even our hardware screams omnivore. Our stomach acid is fierce, closer to vultures than cows, meaning we can kill off pathogens on raw meat. Up front, we have got incisors and canines for tearing, molars for grinding tubers. And add fire to the mix about 800,000 years ago, and suddenly we are pre-digesting meat proteins, while nutrients even easier to absorb. But let's not romanticize a caveman keto diet. Analysis of fossilized poop. Yes, paleoscatology is a real job. Shows loads of seeds, fibers, and plant starch. So while meat framed our evolution, Fiber-rich plants fed the trillions of microbes we now call the gut microbiome. It was never one or the other. It was the combo meal that shaped us. When you drop a bite of steak into your mouth, the real magic happens high up in the digestive tract. Enzymes and stomach acid break roughly 90% of the protein before it even thinks about visiting your colon. That's why a plain steak rarely gasses you up the way beans can. But there is the catch. Those friendly colon bugs, the ones that keep inflammation low by churning out short-chain fatty acids, live on fiber. Give them only meat for days and watch their population nosedive. In one Harvard study, volunteers went on carnivore diet for just 5 days. The researchers saw bile-loving, potentially inflammatory microbes like Bilophila skyrocket, while the fiber fermenters sank. In translation, your gut cells lost their favorite snack, but your bite-tolerant troublemakers got the buffet. The sweet spot, at least for my gut, turned out to be a balance. Half a plate of colorful plants, a palm-sized portion of high-quality meat, plenty of water, and movement the next morning. When I stuck to that, again, tracking every data point in Gutsphere, constipation faded, hemorrhoids healed, and I could even enjoy an occasional gut curry without paying the price. And the lesson: our guts can absolutely heal and handle the meat, but they beg for fiber, phytonutrients, and lifestyle support to keep everything moving smoothly. Okay, let's test what stuck. Fossil evidence for meat eating dates back roughly 500,000 years, 2.6 million, or 10 million years. Drop your guess below. I will shout out the first correct answer in episode 2. And while you are typing, tosh a steak if dinner at your house leans carnivore, or broccoli if your plate's more plant playground. Let's see where the community stands. So evolution tells us we can chew meat with the best of them, but can it actually help repair and fortify a troubled gut? In our next episode, we will unpack why nutrients like glutamine, collagen, and B12 that's plentiful in meat behave like a construction crew for your gut lining. If this episode journey lit a fire in your curiosity, tap subscribe so you don't miss episode 2 of this masterclass. Then download the Gutsphere app, your co-pilot for your dietary experiments. Track every meal, log every symptom, and get real data. Your data tell you whether meal hurts or heals your gut. I'm Bimal Maharjan. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.